Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to install an app called Winlator to emulate Windows applications like video games. And so I'm going to be able to install Steam and show you the process that takes us to get this running. So the first step is install the system files, then create one container right off the bat because I'm going to upgrade this to Wine version 10. Go to settings, and I'm just going to go with the latest box version, performance, and then install, and then I'm going to go to the file and install Wine version 10. So this is going to update it. Press the install button. It's going to download and install some files in the background. And then from here, click on graphics, click automatic capture mouse, and then it'll finish the installation. I've just had better success rate installing applications when I click on that capture mouse. Alright, from here, I'm just going to select the highest box version, performance, click on version 10, and then hit the checkbox. And now from here, we can delete the previous container. And now I'm going to create a new container. Select version 10. I'm just going to call this Steam. .1280 by 720, and then I'm going to click on Tune Up, and I'm just going to leave it on 2500. And then on DXVK, I'm just going to select the highest version here. It defaults to 0.40.1, and I'm just going to go to the latest version. I'm going to click on 60 frame rate of 60 FPS, and then I'm going to pick NVIDIA GTX 1070 for the GPU. And then GPU name, I'm going to go GTX 1070. Change audio driver to Pulse Audio. And then I'm going to click on NVIDIA GTX 1070. And then video memory size 4 gigs. Window components, I'm going to go all native. And then for Mesa shader cache max size, I'm going to go with 1 gigabyte, which is 1024 megabytes. And then on advanced, I'm going to hit performance. I'm going to be aggressive, stop services. Select Windows 10, and then I'm going to select these cores over here, processor affinities, as to the slower cores, because Steam is 32-bit, so I'm just going to go with the slower cores over there. And just double checking everything. And create the container. And it's starting up. I'm going to go hit backspace, and I'm going to toggle full screen, and it will go to the full screen. I'm going to install these VCs. If these don't start up, then the container has an issue. So these are the process that I go through first is install Visual C. then I'm going to copy these files. I'm going to copy it to the Z drive. And these are the language packs. And then I'm going to go here and go to registry, to the registry editor. And then I'm going to go back to that file. And copy these to the, import these to the registry. And now I'm going to install Steam. And then this is a shortcut in Windows as in the shortcut of Windows, and I just copied the shortcut link in from Windows to the phone, and that's what it ended up being as a shortcut. And so I just double click it and it will start the application. And it's downloading updates. It will install the updates. And now Steam will start up. And you can enter in your account name and password, and you can sign in that way. And I'm just going to use the QR code to sign in. All right, and then I'm just going to check that the library is there. And then the important thing to do from here is go to settings and basically turn everything off. This is to minimize the RAM that Steam uses in the background of all its processes and stuff. So I'm just going to go back, go through all these settings and just turn everything off to minimize the RAM that Steam uses in the background for all these things. So I'm just going through some of these things. You might not need to turn off. I just went through and turned everything off. And then I'm just going to do startup as library and just turn everything off. And then here in storage, I'm going to add a drive. So I actually have my games installed to the D drive on the phone, which is just the downloads. And I just copied the Steam files over the main directory of Steam, so I just copy it over and it will see the games. And just continuing going through everything, make sure everything's off. Alright, and then everything got switched off, and then I'm going to go to View and do Small Mode. And now everything's good, and it sees the games I have installed in the D drive. And then I'm just going to close out this window here. And I'm going to close out that, and I'm going to go to the game folder, and I can start the game. And I'm going to go here and add these special add-ons. So I'm going to do this custom patch here. And then I'm going to hit install. I'm going to install that. And then I'm going to install hosts. This will help. It helps in some games. Might get a little bit of performance boosts. And then I'm going to limit to 60 FPS. And then if you want controller support, go to this X input files, and then I usually do the restore original input. And then some games, it might be fixed later, but some games, if I click on that, like right now, I won't have controller support. Some games, so once you install that, say your game launches, and if you install that, then the game won't launch. Not quite sure what that has to do with it, but I haven't been able to have games launch successfully with all controller support. And now I can launch the game, and it does take a while for games that are high demanding to get all the resources loaded in. And then you'll see that it's loading really fast because I sped up the load times. So this first one is DirectX. This first one is DirectX 11, all low. And then the next one I'm going to do, the next benchmark I'm going to do Vulkan. And you'll see the difference in performance. Also, I don't have sound in these benchmarks. It is there, something to do with my my capture. It just, so you don't have sound. But there is sound if you're playing directly on the phone. There is sound being played. All right, and this one is Vulkan. All right, so this one is Vulkan, and the performance is just a tad bit better. So right here, I decided to do the video config file of the game, so you can see that it is working as intended, and it shows the phone CPU and GPU.